Thank you so much, Samuel, and thank you so much, Dr. Mutambi, for representing the minister. I think when we were organizing this workshop, we forgot that the primaries were going on. So our apologies for ambushing the ministry, but I think what we are doing here is so key to your ministry. And what I did not put across, that we are setting up a steering committee, which is going to be chaired by the Ministry of Trade, to ensure that this project really remains on the right path. And we do encourage you as EPRC normally, we emphasize that we do engage government in a constructive manner, but our evidence will never be influenced by the ministries. So we want to really maintain that independence and objectivity, and we do believe that when we provide the reliable evidence, it will be able to move the country forward. And I wish to invite you now to represent the Minister of Trade, Madam Amelia Chiambade, and address us as well as opening launching the project. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for your introduction. And thank you, fellow colleagues, the panelists, distinguished guests. Let me put, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Thank you. As Dr. Sewanyana has said, definitely you know the season we are in. So the minister has asked me to represent her, but she's very happy with the program, and she's with us right now. So on behalf of the government of Uganda, these are her words. I'm very pleased to join you at this e-conference on MSMEs Resilience and Recovery in the face of COVID-19. And this e-conference touches upon an important topic as the novel COVID-19 pandemic has evolved both into a health and an economic crisis for developing countries, including Uganda. We are all aware that some jobs have been lost. Business and liquidity have dried up, and some have closed up, as the panelist, Mr. Badagawa, has said. But government has not been sitting and watching. It has done its best to protect the citizens. And some measures or interventions have also been put in place to support the recovery process. Some MSMEs have taken up the opportunities and have adopted the ICT and digital tools to continue with their operations. Of course, we know majority face challenges. More research is being done by the academia to accelerate this development with the support from government and development partners. We are all looking at digitalization, transformation. This, what we are facing now, demonstrates the commitment and builds on the strong partnerships that this government has built between research, academia, and policy making. Micro, small, and medium enterprises are important economic engines of this country and world over. They contribute to the economic growth, poverty eradication, and generate employment and livelihood opportunities, especially for women, youth, and other vulnerable groups. Unfortunately, these MSMEs are enduring the most of the economic slowdown inflicted by this pandemic. Therefore, there is no better time to harness evidence to guide decision-making to salvage the many distressed businesses. In particular, there is need for evidence on the impact of the pandemic on MSMEs in different economic sectors. There's also need for advisory on policy measures that the government of Uganda can put in place to support MSMEs during and after pandemic. We also need to learn from encouraging stories of resilience, in particular on how some MSMEs have continued to stay afloat during these hard times. Going forward, as a ministry, it is prudent that we leverage on the evidence that the project we are launching here today on the socio-economic impacts of COVID-19 on business enterprises in Uganda, from mitigation to the promotion of post-pandemic resiliency, will generate. The project resonates very well with the mandate of the Ministry of Trade on building and sustaining businesses, in particular, fostering the Buy Uganda, Build Uganda policy. Ladies and gentlemen, at the time when the world is moving from the emergency response to the recovery phase to the COVID-19 pandemic, this project being launched here will help to highlight specific challenges with the facts faced by MSMEs in Uganda. If past economic shocks are any guide, the effects of the COVID-19 crisis may linger, constraining global trade, tourism, and hampering remittances, flows, and bringing uncertainties in foreign direct investment and domestic credit in longer terms. Therefore, it is critical to ensure sustained policy support, tailor-made with actionable targets for MSMEs that are largely vulnerable to ensure job recovery from the COVID-19 pandemic. I hope a job-rich recovery from the pandemic. The project identifies for us specific gaps, challenges, and opportunities will guide our policy responses in supporting MSMEs over the short, medium, and long term. I would like to thank the Economic Policy Research Center for inviting the ministry to this launch. And in addition, I also would like to thank the International Development Research Center, EPRC, for its timely financial support to this country to carry out this activity. As a ministry, we look forward to working closely with EPRC and development partners on this project, and hope for the key tangible outcomes that will steer the country further in attaining MSMEs resilience and full recovery beyond the pandemic. I therefore wish to officially launch this project. The project is now officially launched. Congratulations for God and my country.
Thank you very much. Mr. Joshua Mutabi, Commissioner Processing and Marketing, Minister of Trade and Cooperatives and Industry. So there henceforth